1 Kings chapter 3 verse 16. Now 2 prostitutes came to the king and stood before him. One of them said, "My lord, this woman and I live in the same house. I had a baby while she was there with me. The third day after my child was born, this woman also had a baby. We were alone and there was no one in the house but 2 of us." Verse 19 we see, during the night, this woman's son died because she lay on him. So she got up in the middle of the night and took my son from my side while I, your servant, was asleep. She put him by her breast and put her dead son by my breast. Next morning, I got up to nurse my son and he was dead. But when I looked at him closely in the morning light, I saw that it wasn't the son I had born. Verse 22 we see, the other woman said, "No, the living one is my son and the dead one is yours." But the first one insisted, "No, the dead one is yours and the living one is mine." And so they argued before the king. So here we see a scenario where there are 2 women there. And they went before this king Solomon and they were arguing about the son who has passed away. One woman is saying, the one who's dead is not my son. The one who is alive is my son. And the other woman says, "No, the one who is alive is my son, not hers." So we see 2 women arguing over here. Then the other woman said, "No, the living one is mine." And the other woman said, "No, the living one is mine, the dead one is hers." So they argued before the king. And in verse 23 we see, the king said, "This one says, my son is alive and your son is dead. While that one says, no, your son is dead and mine is alive." Then the king said, "Bring me a sword." So they brought a sword for the king. Then he gave an order saying, "Cut the living child into half and half and give it to the other." The woman whose son was alive was filled with compassion for her son, said to the king, "Please, my lord, give the living baby. Don't kill him." But the other said, "Neither I nor you shall have him. Cut him into 2. Now we need to understand the situation over here. The woman whose son died, she said, "Cut him into 2 pieces." But the woman whose son did not die, the one who has been brought to the court, this woman says, "Cut him into 2 pieces and just distribute among both of us. Because my son, neither will I have him nor will she have him." The point you need to understand is, the woman whose son was alive, that's who said this. The woman whose son was alive said, "Do not kill the child." Then the king gave his ruling. In verse 27 we see, "Give the living baby to the first woman. Do not kill him. She is the mother." Now, how did the king understand this? The king understood this because the woman, the mother of the dead child, was saying, "Neither I nor." The angle which I want to take from here is this: the dead woman's mother has no sacrifice in that, but the living woman's mother has a great sacrifice in that. Now the point is, the woman whose child was living, she was willing to give up the child so the child can live. She was willing to give up the child. She said, no, king, please don't cut him into 2 pieces. No, it's okay, no problem. I don't want the child, but please let the child live and give it to that lady. Most of us are in this situation. Most of us are in this situation in our lives. We are thinking, well, I got position, I got the same gifting, I got everything, but I do not have the same value like the other person. It is because of the sacrifice that the other person has done. Some people sacrifice in order to get the value. Some people do not. Some of you might be thinking, well, he's going through easily. I'm telling you, he's not going through easily. You just do not watch the kind of toil and the hard work that he does back at home. You just do not watch the kind of effort that he puts when he's all alone, when he's sick. Even when he's sick, probably he's trying to overcome things. But my dear brothers and sisters, that's what I'm trying to say. The kind of sacrifice that you do in order for you to get the result is what determines the value.